Welcome, everybody. Thank you for being here as we greet the UCF Knights to the Valley of the Sun. We're excited about that. UCF finished number 15 this year in the BCS poll. They come into the Fiesta Bowl with an 11-1 record, and that's a school record of an 8-game winning streak. This is a Fiesta Bowl of firsts. This is a lot of firsts this year, including it's the first American Athletic Conference title for UCF, and it's the first perfect conference record at 8-0. It's and Coach Leary gets all the credit for that. Coach Leary, his 2013 squad posted their first win of over a top 10 team in number 6 Louisville this year, and it's first victory against a Big Ten program at Penn State. It's interesting, exactly 10 years to the date on December 8th when they accepted the bid to join us here in Phoenix for the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl. That was the 10th anniversary of Coach O'Leary's hiring at UCF. So quite a remarkable accomplishment in 10 years to get to a BCS game. With that, and no further ado, Coach O'Leary.
Thank you very much for that kind introduction, but we're very happy to be here as a program, a university, a fan base, and we're really looking forward to the Fiesta Bowl and the festivities and, of course, a very competitive game. We took a 4-hour ride out here, and the only thing I can tell you that when we left Orlando, it was about 10 degrees hotter. So we're looking forward to the cool weather as far as playing. Again, a great bowl game that you've had here, and I've had a number of coaches call me, telling me what a great job the people do in this game, the festivities, and just the overall great interest in the game. So we're very welcome to be here, and we'll be as good a guest as we can be, because I know you will be a great host. So again, thank you for having us here, and with that, I'll take any questions.
Questions? Please identify yourself.
Joe Kepner, WFTV in Orlando. Can you describe the demeanor and attitude of your team as they got on the plane and rode the plane here, and just what was that experience like?
Well, it hasn't changed since they announced we were coming to the Fiesta Bowl, as far as just can't wait to get out here, can't wait to play the game, can't wait to be competing that game, and it's been like that every day we've practiced. And this morning they were happy to get on the bus, head to the airport, and I could see by the faces getting off the plane, they're ecstatic being here, and can't wait to partake in the festivities with the Fiesta Bowl.
To your left, Coach.
Coach Scott Bordeaux from the Arizona Republic, just to your left. Just procedurally, did everybody make the trip that was supposed to? And two, what does this game do for your recruiting efforts, especially in the state of Florida, to have this kind of exposure?
Well, I think you can't pay for the exposure you get through the Festivity Bowl committee, their media outlets, of course ESPN doing the game, and just nationally it gives you great exposure. And I've always said that two things can happen: you get great exposure or you get exposed, one or the other. But we're looking to have great exposure here and be a very competitive game, and you can't buy the national recognition you get from a game like this, and we're looking forward to it. And recruiting has greatly increased. We recruit the country, and obviously we have a lot more people involved in the national recognition we got this year.
Scott,
there's been a lot of talk about your quarterback Blake Bortles and whether he'll go pro after this season. People are talking about him as a top 10 pick. Have you had any conversations with him about his future and the decision he'll make after this game?
What's his name?
Blake?
I have spoken to him, and there won't be a decision made before the game. But the pros are there, the cons are there, and I guess it's who you talk to as far as what's going on. But his mind's where it should be, on the Fiesta Bowl and being the leader that he is. But I've spoken to him and his parents, and they understand thoroughly that there's no rush in any decision that has to be made. Well, obviously we only have 7 seniors on the team, so it's a young team, but the seniors have done a great job as far as collectively, leadership, not just on the field but off the field, and you know, the young kids, they're like little wild ponies. They like getting around. They like playing. They like competing. They understand what 60 minutes is, and you know, and I've been very pleased with them this year. But again, this is a new experience for them as far as some of them going to a bowl game. We've been to plenty of bowl games. It'll be interesting to see how they handle themselves, but they've been given a booklet and what they should be doing and what they had better be doing. You know, I'm great. I love competition. I love competing. I love getting out there and seeing an excited community like Phoenix here, and I'm looking forward to enjoying myself. We have practice a couple hours a day and some meetings after that, but the rest of the time I'm going to thoroughly enjoy my visit here and you know, whatever I can do to help the Fiesta Bowl as far as with media, everything else, I'm help you any way I can.
Coach, Baylor plays probably as fast offensively as any team in the country. Is there anybody you played this year that can approximate their tempo that will help you a little bit prepare?
Well, you know, mostly everybody that we've played for the last 2 years has some phase of that. You know, they run a play about every 17 seconds. So, you know, I did order the lassos, you know. They're doing. I got the 10-footers, not the 8-footers. So we can slow him down a little bit there. But, you know, I think the big thing is Art. I've faced him before. He does a great job with the speed of the game. And again, I think it's like everywhere else. When you have to be on the field, get lined up, you can't go in with a lot of defense. You got to go in and just make sure you can tackle in space. That's the difference in the game. And get off the field. And then your offense has to basically move the chains. Blake Bortles. Well, the one thing, he has the size, he has the speed, he has the arm strength, which is prerequisite for quarterback. But I think what he does like all the good quarterbacks in the country that I respect. They can take a bad play and make a good play out of it. And he does a very good job of that. He understands defense, which helps him get the ball to the right area as far as the weakness of the coverage. Understands the run game, understands front mechanics, and again, he works at the game. Plus, very unusual, never real high, never low, just keeps a poise about himself. And you know, we never elect quarterbacks captains at our place, and because they are leaders already. They're the coaches on the field, and he's done an outstanding job of making the right decisions and making sure that basically we can move the chains, and when we have an opportunity to come up with a chunk play, he's there getting it. But he does a great job of avoiding the problems and making sure we have a good play out of the problem. We're going to have people out here, there's no question about that. A lot of people, but I think distance, the time of year, you know, I think that's something to do with it. But I know one thing, the school did whatever we could do to try to accelerate the sale of tickets, and again, we'll have our 6,000, 7,000. That's the number I was given out here, and they'll be loud. And we have a bunch of people coming from different states that bought tickets elsewhere. See, that's not what's taken into account, is where they bought outside of, not buying from us, but bought from the Ticketron or something like that. So, but no, I think basically. Anytime you go to a bowl of this magnitude, which the BCS bowls are, as a coach and a team, that's what you're shooting for. If you can't play in the championship game, you want to get in the BCS games. And, you know, whether there's 10 people in the stands or 10,000 UCF, we're going to play the same way. So that's how I look at it. And I thought the school did a great job of getting the message out, why they should be here. And I think there'll be a lot of them here. There's no question, pulling in from probably tomorrow or today on.
Any final question? Coach, thank you, and welcome to Arizona.
Thank you very much.
Knights fans, purchase your tickets for the 2014 Tostitos Fiesta Bowl by going to ucfknights.com/2013 bowl tickets or by calling the UCF ticket office at 407-823-1000.